So you need to understand this session specifically so that it is the base for Terraform actually. Okay. So what are the topics we are going to cover? How to install the Terraform, how to install the Visual Studio Code and configuration, and the introduction of HashiCorp configuration language. This is nothing but the Terraform. Okay. And Terraform workflow and structure of code, and we will start with Terraform block and provided block. Okay, first we'll see how to install the Terraform, right? The installation is it's very simple, nothing. So I'm having one Windows machine. Let me log in here. So if you go to this specific link, right, you can download based on your OS version. If you're having Mac OS, you just execute this command. If you're having Windows, just based on the process, just download the file. Okay. Once you download it, mm, yeah. Once you download, actually, I have already downloaded it. Let me show you that. So once you download, you will get this kind of zip file. If you extract the zip file, you will get the single one exe file. Okay. All you need to do is just to copy this exe file and place it somewhere. I'm just placing on the program files. Okay. I'm just creating a new folder called Terraform and I'm placing here. So once you place a file, just you need to set the path. Okay, so usually in Windows, how we can set the path? You can go to the environment variable, right? So I'm going to system and go to advanced settings and click the environment variables. Here in the path, you need to set the path. So while we are having the Terraform file, this path, I'm just copying the path and just editing it and pasting it. There is a user profile. Also, I'm setting in the system profile as well. That's it. Installation is done. Now, if you want to check the Terraform, just go to the command prompt and just Terraform hyphen version. It should be executed. See, the Terraform is installed. Installation is completed now. So from now onwards, you should be able to execute all the Terraform commands. Right? These are about the installation on the Windows. Suppose if you are installing on Linux or Mac, just move to the bin folder. You will have the same kind of one Terraform file. Just move to bin folder and configure your path. Then you should be able to access it. Okay. If you don't know how to set through the GUI, just use this simple path. This will be on the GitHub repository. Uh, so you just execute this specific command, then the path will be set. Okay. Any doubt? It's very simple, right? Okay. If you have any doubt, just you can interrupt me always. Okay, fine. The next one is if your target platform is Azure, then you need to install Azure CLI. If your target platform is AWS or GCP or whatever it is, just install those command line interface. Okay, I will tell you why do you need this command line interface. Okay, later. But these are the requirements first. Okay, so mostly we are going to see the Azure, so we need to have this Azure CLI. Just go to for Windows and then just download and install. Okay, already I have downloaded and installed on my Windows machine. So this is the Asus CL. Okay, I have already installed it. So to check that, here is that version. So I think I have not installed it. Let us install now. I think installation part is very simple. I think I don't need to show this, but let us complete quickly. The same thing if you are working for AWS, then you need to install the AWS CLI as well. Okay. Okay, I think no need to waste time on this, but it will get installed. Okay, let it install. Okay, fine. The next part is, see, we have installed and configured the Terraform and required CLI for our target platform. Now we need to look for to write the code, right? So IDE means Integrate Development Environment. It is nothing but it is a tool where we can write the code. See, in general, you can write any code on the notepad as well, right? But there won't be much future on the notepad, right? For example, if you go for any IDE tool, you can have the syntax of highlighting the content, right? And auto completion. And if you made any error, it will point to you, right? So there are so many features available in the IDE. So better install any one IDE and just write the code there instead of simply writing on the notepad. Okay. So here we are going to use Visual Studio Code. This is the popular code for among all the IDEs. So in the Visual, if you choose the Visual Studio, you can use the Visual Studio for multiple programming languages. For example, right now we are using for Terraform, but you can use it for other languages as well, like Python, PowerShell, or Shell, Batch, whatever it is, Java, those things. So in the Terraform, we may call the shell script based on requirement. We may call PowerShell script, right? We may have some templates. We may have some JSON kind of things. We may have some YAML kind of things. So you need to choose IDE which is supporting all these languages, right? So so Visual Studio is the best for it, okay? And it is a cross-platform support. You can use Visual Studio for Windows, Linux, as well as Mac. So it is good to use, and it is very lightweight product, and it is also freeware. And we have a lot of extensions, okay? So based on the coding language, you can install extensions so that you will get.
Fresh, you are not audible.
Hello?
Suresh, your voice is not audible.
Hello, Suresh.
Hello.
Am I audible now?
Now it
Yes.
is here.
Now you are audible.
Yeah.
Sometime, yeah.
Oh, okay. I think there is some with. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. No issues. But is it clear now? I mean,
Yes,
it is
yes.
clear, right? Okay, fine. Okay. Let me mute everyone, or you can go mute yourself. Okay, fine. Okay. Then where I left this IAC I was discussing about. So just I was explaining what are the major advantages we have if you choose Visual Studio. So one is multi-programming languages, like you can use Terraform or Python or PowerShell. Those stuff we can use it, and it supports cross-platform. So Windows, Linux, Mac. There we can use Visual Studio, and it is very lightweight, freeware, and extension. The extension I will show you. For each and every coding language, we have these extensions. Okay, and terminal support. See, once you write the code in the Terraform, you no need to open the specific terminal or specific command prompt to execute the command. Instead of that, within the Visual Studio, we have terminal support. There we can execute our code. I will show you that all these things. So it is kind of bundle. You don't need to go anywhere. Once you open the Visual Studio, you can handle everything there itself. Okay, and finally Git support. So Git, we will see it later when we are talking about the Azure repository. So this Visual Studio is supporting Git as well. Okay, from the Visual Studio we can use no the Git operations. Fine. So how to install Visual Studio? Just to go to the specific link and just download based on your OS and install it. Installation is very simple. Just double click and next. That's it. Okay. All or the instruction will be on the documentation itself. Okay. So I just installed the Visual Studio already. Okay. This Azure shell is completed. Let it be. So I just downloaded the Visual Studio already. And I have installed already. Okay. Let me open it now. Okay. Yeah, this is the Visual Studio. This is the IDE which I was talking about. Okay. Okay, fine. So here, let me give you some overview on this. I know the font size is very small for you, but I will show you in my laptop. Okay, just for introduction, I'm using this. Okay, fine. So if you see the left side icons, right, the first one is just you can minimize this folder structure. I mean you can hide and show it. Okay, if I click it once, it will hide. If I click it again, you can have this folder structure. So from here itself, if you want to create any new file or folder, you can click here itself. Okay. Okay. And the second icon is a search icon. So in the specific folder, if you want to search anything, you can use this search icon. Okay. And this is for Git operation that I will tell you later. And this is for you can run the debug mode, but mostly we will not use this. The last one is the important one, the extensions. Okay. So what is extension? Okay. Before going to that, let me show you the sample Terraform code now. Okay. Okay, so this is sample Terraform code. You don't worry about this coding now. Okay, just we are discussing about the Visual Studio. So this is the sample Terraform code. If you see, this is just a plain text, right? So if you blindly see it, we don't know where the bracket start and where bracket ends, and there is no difference between the text, right? So there is no difference between no having this Visual Studio instead of Notepad. So for that we have extensions. So if you install the extensions, you will see the difference now. So just click the extension here, and if you are going to write the code for Terraform, just search for Terraform. You will have a lot of extensions. Out of that, just select the HashiCorp one. Just install it. It is installing now. Yes, it got installed now. The extension got installed. Okay, what is this extension? Let me see the difference now. Let me close it. Okay, go to file. Let me open it again. Okay, the problem is I did not mention it is .tf. Okay, let me rename it. Okay, see you see the color differences, right? You know where this bracket start and where this bracket ends based on the coloring code, and if you can see these Terraform record pairs are different color, right? So this kind of options you will have if you install the extensions. Auto, there is auto completion for every code. If you type and if you put dot, it will no suggest a few things. That those things you will see while writing the code. Just I'm showing you this, okay? Like that, if you want to have, if you want to write the Terraform code, just install the no Python extension, right? If you search for Python, you will have a lot of extensions. Just install some whichever you want. The same thing for PowerShell. If you want to write the PowerShell code, just search for PowerShell, just install the extension, so that based on the coding language, it will suggest, it will autocomplete, it will do autocomplete, and it will visually it will show all the coloring codes. Okay, fine. These are the things we are having in the Visual Studio Code. Okay, any doubt? Any doubt till now? Are we good?
Good now.
Okay, super. So now we will see the what is HashiCorp configuration language. See, Terraform is nothing but HashiCorp configuration language. Okay, Terraform is a tool, but there we are using some coding, right? That coding they have named it as HCL. That is nothing but HashiCorp configuration language. It is their own language. Okay, okay. So the first point is all the Terraform code should have extension called .tf. If you the file name can be anything, that doesn't matter at all. See, the file name can be anything. There is no issue on that, but the extension should be .tf. Then only your Terraform can compile it, or your Terraform can read those files. Okay, that is the first point. And those files, those tf files, we can call it as configuration files or Terraform manifest files. So, okay. So from here onwards, if I say a configuration file or manifest file, immediately you will come to know, okay, I'm referring the .tf files. Okay. Okay. And this is a very important one, Terraform working directory. So what is Terraform working directory? The directory or the folder which is holding, which is having all the TF files, that is called working directory. That is called root directory. Got it? So from now onwards, if I say root directory or working directory, okay, if I referring any root directory or working directory, immediately you need to understand, okay, I'm referring the folder which is having all the tf files. Okay, so here what is the working directory? Terraform manifest -aks is the working directory, or the root directory, because this is the folder is having all the tf files. Okay, and if you see the file name can be anything, that doesn't matter at all, but the only thing is the file name should have the extension called .tf.